Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're doing well. Having a really great day. Sorry if I sound a little bit sick. My kid got me sick. Man, I tell you, daycare is a cesspool of disease. Anyways, this video, I am gonna tell you guys if this IceRiver KS2 is a cloud miner or not, and or if it's fabricating hash rate in some way by communicating outside to another server other than the mining pool that I have designated for this IceRiver. And so I've done a bunch of different tests. I'm gonna go through in the computer soon, show you guys some IP address stuff. In Wireshark, I used packet capture in pfSense as well as NTOP just to have a second, software to see where the traffic is going exactly from this IceRiver out to the internet essentially. And as well, I do have my main PC here connected to the router as well. And there is proprietary software that is used to connect to change the pool settings for the IceRiver. So I did do a packet capture as well on this network to see when it communicates from here to here, and we're gonna see if there's anything nefarious going on there. And yeah, I'll let you guys know. And then of course this blue cable is my WAN, which goes to my regular Ubiquiti network out there. And so everything is isolated in its own essentially test environment so that I can capture the exact traffic that this IceRiver KS2 is utilizing. All right guys, so I think this should be the definitive test to see if this IceRiver is a cloud miner or faking the hash rate in some way, or communicating to another server in order to fabricate the hash rate on a mining pool, for instance. So I'm gonna go through all that, guys. We'll see if it is in the computer. I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay guys, so before I show you the results, I just wanted to announce that there was a IceRiver AMA, or an interview essentially, from the Backsplash on Twitch. I'll have this link down below, and they had a 36-minute interview with IceRiver, and you guys can go listen to that, and they answered a lot of different questions, and yeah, all that kind of stuff. So go listen to it if you want to further know some other information potentially that doesn't validate anything, but just in case people want to listen to it. So link down below if you want to watch that interview. Okay guys, so here is my little pfSense router. I've been using this one for a bunch of other stuff as well. I use this for my Jazz miner. I know a lot of people thought the Jazz miners back then were cloud miners or faking the hash rate in some way, but ultimately we found that it was sending out a lot of NTP requests, but it wasn't fabricating the hash rate in any way. So with this IceRiver, I'm doing the exact same thing on its own subnet, its own VLAN. And yeah, so I'm just gonna show you guys my results here of what has transpired over this IceRiver over the past couple of weeks here, which, I've been earning almost $800 to $900 a day on this thing, which is utterly insane. I've been mining it now for the past, I think 5 or 6 days, and I've mined about 153,025 Kaspa thus far, which is just incredible. Oh, and actually I'm going to be doing a giveaway of Kaspa in this video. So just comment down below your Kaspa address and something positive about anything within this video that you saw. Or if you have another question or want me to try something, comment down below and I will choose the winner. 5 different winners actually, because this address I'm mining to is one that it's just a test address. And so actually it has a couple thousand Kaspa on here. So I'm going to do, let's say 5 winners of 1,000 Kaspa, around 1,000 Kaspa per winner. 5 different winners. I'm going to choose them in this video 24 hours after this video is released. Okay, so I'll choose the winners, 5 different winners, about over 1,000 Kaspa, and I know there's another 1,000 here, but that's going to go to a winner previous video that I did. Okay, so comment down below your Kaspa address and something positive. All right guys, good luck. Okay, so guys, my pfSense router here, I use something called NTO-PNG and as well as packet capture. Okay, so 2 different methods here to essentially figure out what type of traffic is being utilized on the exact network port that this IceRiver is on. Okay, it's on its own interface port, which I showed you guys in the beginning of the video. Okay, and as well as I've been using NTO PNG, which is also actively looking at what is coming out of the port actively, right away in real time in a web GUI interface. I know with Wireshark and with packet capture, we are looking at it in a, I guess, a software form. Okay, just like this, as you guys can see. So let's go through. All right, some tests that I've done to validate or not validate. You guys can just give your own opinions about this. I'm giving my own opinion whether or not this is real or not. And just to say, I don't see anything nefarious regarding the IceRiver sending out to another server. So just, but let's just go through some information here. Okay, so I have a packet capture of when it was mining to acc-pool.pw. Okay, so the IP address here, I was just doing like a good couple minutes here of just recording what it's doing for a couple minutes. Okay, mining to ACC pool. So in the very beginning, the IP address here is 144.217.11.196. Okay, so that is being sent to the destination IP address here, receiving the information here, as you guys can see in Wireshark. But if we go to now, just to validate for you guys here, ACC pool, all right, that is the exact pool here, 144.217.11.196, and then port 16061. All right, that's the one I use. Going back to Wireshark. Okay, so just for those couple minutes, I did not see any other information being sent out. Okay, I was going through this whole thing, and there was no other IP addresses that were going to some other server or anything like that. And I did a couple tests of this every couple hours, and nothing came up. Nothing came up while it was mining. Okay. So that was one example. Now let's go through another one. Okay, so there is the second test that I did. Okay, so this is when I turned it off. Okay, so you can see by the time here in Wireshark, I turned it off at about 3 seconds, 0.75 here. That's when it turned off. Then the the packet capture on pfSense saw it come back on. Okay, I turned the IceRiver KS2 back on, and you can see it was starting to see the miner. But ultimately, it did not broadcast out to another server. All right. It was only going to accpool.org. Okay. .196. You guys can see the IPs here. There were no other IP addresses that were going out of the IceRiver to another server. Just to show you guys here, I'm just going to scroll down slowly so you guys can see there's no other IP addresses that this was communicating with when I turned it back on. Okay. Just scrolling down just to show you guys, there was some broadcasting, multicasting, but that was within the subnet. That's it. Otherwise, everything, there was no other IPs. I checked this whole log. I ran it for, I think, a good 20 minutes, and there were no other servers that it was talking to. Nothing. Okay. So just to let you guys know that this was not communicating outside other than the ACC-pool. Okay. That was for a good 20 minutes here. All right, so that's the second test I did. Now, the third test I did, someone on Twitter mentioned a really good test to do was to now, in conjunction with testing with the software, okay, their proprietary software, which, it does communicate. I have to use this on Windows, on another machine, in order to transmit this data to the IceRiver. So the thought process here is that this software, all right, the IceRiver version 1.04, was communicating to an external server before it, transmits this data to the IceRiver. Okay, so for example, I'm just going to show you guys here. So the IP range I use is 10.10.0. Okay, so I hit save there. Success. We're going to start scanning. And so this subnet here, just in case anyone's wondering, is the subnet for my pfSense router, for my interface that I've DHCP server. So this is for the ASIC one here. Okay, so this is just to let you guys know how this is working for my pfSense router. So going back to here, all right, we did a scan on this network. So 10.10.0.2 is the IceRiver. All right, you guys can see there's a hash rate number here and a hash rate average, about almost 2 terahash. It's been running for about 5 hours now on to kaspa-pool.org. All right, and it's been going here. This is the information here. So here's the test that I did. I used pfSense to, again, do the packet capture. All right, I started it. I pressed start, went back to the IceRiver software, opened it up. All right, scanned it. I was able to get the IP, and then I did a config. All right, so while it was doing that, it was capturing the connection to 10.10.0.2. All right, so let's go back to the Wireshark here. So this is the one where it's just on. It's capturing some Windows application stuff, Microsoft stuff. I think this is like to like some Cloudflare, 162.159.135.234. But going down, I think it was around 10 seconds is when it started communicating to 10.10.0.2. Okay, so this is when I clicked on, this is around 10 seconds in. This is when I clicked on the config button. Okay, so you guys can see here, my 10.0.0.2 is the PC I'm on now, all right, with the IceRiver software. And then it did a TCP, okay, protocol connection to it, transferred data, all right, you guys can see some length of information here that was being sent over, and scrolling down, looks like it was sending some more, receiving some more here. Okay, about, you know, this is within a 10-second, but you guys can see there is another IP address within when I clicked this button here. Okay, config. This is what it sends the information to. Are you sure you want to config the pool worker and password of selection? Okay, so just showing you guys that. Going down, right, 162.159.135.234. All right, just to show you guys here, that IP address took me to somewhere called Cloudflare. All right, this is a very popular, it says data center, likely a static IP. Now, I don't think this is within the IceRiver software because I didn't have it open before, and this IP was actually being pinged already, or it says TLS, actually the protocol here is TLS 1.2. So this is something that was already running way before I started it, right? So it was actually, you guys can see here, the first time I started, I was already getting these application data, TLS 1.2. So this is something else. This is completely something else. I didn't have the IceRiver software open. Okay, but then, right, going back here, just to show you guys here, I just want to be transparent. All right, so 10.10.0.2 communicating back to my computer here, and vice versa. And then it was no longer communicating. All right, after the config, it was done. But I did not see any other IP addresses communicating out. Okay, I just want to show you guys that, and there's been no other communication with that since then. Okay, nothing else. But I would say 3 seconds later, right after it was done configuring, all right, the pool, okay, like 3, it says 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so 12.9 seconds later. So at 12:19 seconds, there was an IP here, 54.39.237.205. All right, it went to I think this IP right here. It's ovhhosting.inc, a data center in Canada, Quebec. So I don't know what type of software this was going. And then there was another IP here, 142.4.192.199. I then did another search up, look up for this one, and it went to OVH hosting as well. So it didn't go to anywhere in like China, unless, you know, maybe IceRiver has one of these, I don't know, hosting in OVH or Cloudflare of some sort. Cloudflare is like a redirection service, I guess, but I don't know. You guys can let me know. Let me know what you think about this. But for this IP, this was actually communicating back into the PC, but then there's one, this 142, right? It looks like it was, it did communicate from the PC back out to this IP and then back in. Then there's this other one here that went from the PC back out, 155.248.201.255. And that IP looked like it went to something called Oracle Public Cloud. I'm going to assume, because I am on Windows 10 on this machine, that there's a bunch of services that are obviously pinging out. Okay, so yeah, there's just, I honestly though, in this test, I have a dump. If anyone wants this dump, all right, of these IPs here of what I tested, and I clicked on the config button at about 10 seconds, as you guys can see here, the communication to the IceRiver. Let me know down below. I can email it to you. Now, there's one final test that I did. Okay, one final test. Now this test, all right, this is another packet capture I did of the IceRiver. Okay, not at the computer side, which I just did. I did the ASIC side, all right, the interface, which IceRiver is on. So this one, I did the test again on the computer where I was changing the config. So I opened it, right? I didn't see anything nefarious. All right, it was still mining at ACC pool, or no, this is Kaspa dash pool. Just want to make sure Kaspa dash pool is us1.kaspa-pool.org. All right, that's actually where it's mining right now. 0.28, all right, and we'll go back here, 0.28. So there was a point in time here where I hit the config button. It was about, I think, 10 seconds later, and you can see the transmission here of 002 to 0.10. This 10.0.0.2 is my PC that I'm on now for the IceRiver software. Communicated to the IceRiver and then communicated back. You guys can see here. All right, this is all within that second. It was still communicating to the Kaspa-pool US1 here. Going down, still more communication between PC and IceRiver. Going down, right? A couple seconds later, it was then mining to the Kaspa-pool again. All right, so there's no other IP address here that it was, you know, communicating with out from the IceRiver. Okay, this is from the IceRiver. This is not from the PC, but this is from the IceRiver. So I don't see anything nefarious here. You guys can let me know. I'll have this link down below, or if anyone wants this dump and anyone wants to look at it, let me know. Email me and I can send you this capture file that you'll have to use in Wireshark. But yeah, there is no other IP addresses after that. It was continuing to mine at Kaspa-pool.org. All right, so I think my tests here are definitive in validating that these IPs here, that this IceRiver was mining to the right pool, and it doesn't seem to be communicating out, especially from the PC itself. Yeah, I didn't see anything nefarious there, but you guys can let me know if there's any other tests you want me to do, if there's any other definitive ways you want me to check this out in some way. Honestly, this is looking pretty real. I don't see anything nefarious going on here with the IceRiver. So it's been doing what it's supposed to do. And yeah, I mean, it's not sending out that much info. Obviously, mining doesn't take much, as you guys can see here over the past 4 hours, about 4.21 megabytes. All right, to the Kaspa-pool.org, which I'm mining to right now. Which I mentioned that we are doing the giveaway. Okay, well, I'm getting like 1,000 Kaspa every hour. Okay, guys. So anyways, guys, after 24 hours, I'll choose 5 winners, maybe more, for 1,000 plus Kaspa each. All right, I'll choose 5 winners randomly using comment picker. Get your address in, get something positive. Let me know what you guys think about today's video. That was really fun. Some other things that maybe some people want to know is that there was a new firmware update. All right, IceRiver did send me a new firmware update. So initially it did only mine to Kaspa-pool.org, ACC pool or F2 pool. And then I did try solo mining on it and it crashed. But IceRiver then remoted into the machine, my machine. I gave them access, isolated environment. I watched them what they were doing. They puttied into the IceRiver IP address, all right, 10.10.0.2, and all they did was change the pool back to ACC pool, and then it worked again. But they just sent me a new firmware where they now support a bunch of other pools, all right, Kaspa pool, F2 pool, Woolly Pooly, Hero Miners, K1 pool, 2 miners, all right, and solo mining apparently is not, you know, available yet. I don't know why. I did hear about someone was saying that something to do with nonces, and this is very similar with the E9 back in the day, and the Jazz miners, iPolos, they weren't able to mine certain pools. Something to do with nonces with the pool, so there's going to be another firmware update for that later down the road, but if that's real or not. But anyways, guys, I want to know your thoughts, if this is, you know, validation enough that these IceRivers are real. Okay, I want you guys to let me know if you guys think that this is real or not, or fake, or still fabricating the software some way to the mining pool. You guys let me know. But honestly, I don't see anything nefarious here in terms of the IPs that we saw in Wireshark and the packet capture from pfSense. So, all right, my friends, that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts. Appreciate you all. Have a good one. Peace out.